What's going on, everybody? It's your man Lucky. I'm back, man. It's been a minute, but I'm back with some more content. Y'all have to pardon me. It's bike season, man, and whenever that season opens up, although I ride all year long, but whatever season opens up, man, I'm just, I'm kind of focused on other things. But I'm back. I'm back, man. I want to talk to you guys about having options, okay? A lot of you guys get into relationships, right? And you fall for a particular woman, you get into a relationship with this woman, and you remove all options. Now, there are many different ways that options present themselves, right? Or maybe I should say there are many different things out there that can be considered options, and people automatically gravitate towards when we talk about relationships and we talk about options, they automatically gravitate toward options being other women. Now, look, look, if you're not locked in or you haven't made a commitment to one particular woman, right? Then of course your options are open when it comes to other women, depending on the type of dude that you are. Now, I'm not saying that because you're not committed to one woman that you can't only deal with one woman. If that's your choice as a man and you say, listen, I'm not the type of dude that's going to be out here with a whole bunch of women, dealing with a bunch of women. I like to just, I do me, and then I got a chick over here that I'm dealing with, then I just deal with that chick. I don't bounce around from this chick this weekend, that chick that weekend. I mean, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But again, people automatically gravitate toward options being women. And so just depending on the type of man that you are, it's okay. You don't have to have multiple women just because you hear guys saying, well, as a man, you got to have multiple women or whatever. You do what works for you. However, there are other things out there that qualify as options when it comes to what you have as a man and how you handle yourself, especially in relationships, right? And the option that I'm referring to is the option that most men kind of toss to the side when they get into a serious relationship with a woman. Now, usually it's money. Usually the option that I'm talking about, usually it happens when a man gets married. Usually it happens when a man gets married. Typically, for the most part, when you guys are single, you know, you just kind of do what you do and how you do it, and it's fine. And then once you get married, y'all just totally throw this option away. What option am I referring to? Guys, I'm talking about your money. Money is an option, I promise you. Most men that are in committed relationships are financially, right, in some way, shape, or form, financially attached to that woman or to that relationship, right? Whether, you say, hey, look, we're going to get a house. You know what I'm saying? Typically that happens when you get married, you're looking for a crib, or y'all start having children. You just start commingling all of your funds. And what happens is your total value, right, or your total assessment is based on both your income and her income. This ain't about 50-50 relationships or whatever like that, right? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about you going half, she going half, or whatever, right? Whatever you choose to do is on you. I'm not knocking anybody that says, yo, listen, I'm going 50-50 or blah, 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 whatever. I'm not knocking that. I'm simply saying what happens is you get accustomed to there being access to other money and things like that, right? And so your lifestyle that you begin to live when you're dealing with her is in some way, shape, or form attached to the money or whatever type of value that she's bringing to the relationship in terms of money. A lot of you guys may move in with a woman, right? She has a nice, she has a nice place or whatever. And then you move into that nice place. You was living in a one bedroom apartment or a studio apartment, basement apartment, whatever it was, in the hood. You understand what I'm saying? She got a nice crib somewhere, on a nice side of town. She got a big house, whatever the case may be. And so now you're used to living that particular lifestyle, right? And now, you look down upon the lifestyle that you lived before. And so financially on your end, your the way that you spend money or the way that you handle money is based on this luxurious or this better or up, you know what I'm saying, upgraded lifestyle that you live. And so now your finances are a reflection of the lifestyle that you now live, right? Without you really realizing that, right? You move in with her, you say, okay, I'm gonna pay some of the bills, I'm gonna take care of this, or I'm gonna do that. You might just take over the entire mortgage or whatever the case may be. Or, maybe the situation is, hey, well, you know what? She's taking care of this. Now I have more money to free up because I'm not paying my rent. I don't have to pay rent now, or I'm going from paying full rent over here, which could have been, I don't know, 1,500, whatever it is, whatever it was, to now that you over here with her, and now you only have half of the obligation to pay, or maybe you say I'm gonna pay 50%, 60%, whatever it is, but it's less than what you were paying when you were 100% on your own. And so now you got extra money that's freed up. And what happens is a lot of you guys, instead of taking that money and stashing it, you know what I'm saying, putting it aside, saving it for a rainy day, saving it for, the alternate plan in case things go wrong, you go out and buy a car. You know what I'm saying? You can finally go get that luxury vehicle you want, or you can finally go out and get that sports car that you've always wanted. Me, I'm a biker, so I can finally go out and get that Harley that I wanted, go out and get that bike or whatever. And so what happens now, you don't have, your money is now again tied up into something else. However, you're tied up into the relationship. So what happens is over time now, financially, you're not in a position where you have obligations because your money is tied up. Before, it was tied up on your own place and blah, blah, blah. You could, right? It was cool, but you had your own place. You call the shots. Now you living with her. Your money is tied up into something else. Y'all get into it, or things start going left, right? The relationship starts to die down. Y'all start having issues, whatever the case may be. And now because financially you tied up, you can't or you won't just walk away from the relationship like that, because financially, it's like, well, what am I going to do? I can't go back to my old spot, right? Because now the rent is going to be a lot more than what it was initially when I was there, because I was grandfathered in every year. Yeah, every year your lease went up, but you were still at a low. Now you coming back in as a brand new tenant. You know what I'm saying? You got this car note over here now. You probably done maybe ran up your credit card a little bit because, again, you were in a situation where you were dealing with, her finances as well, or, just your situation. Basically, you removed your option when it came down to the money. You understand what I'm saying? So now you're staying in a bad relationship because financially you don't have any options. Even when you were living on your own, you know what I'm saying? Your money may have still been tied up because you had to pay the rent and everything by yourself, but you still had your own. See, now your money is tied up just like it was before, but see, that you don't have your own. You're sharing a space with her. You still have no money at the end of payday. You had no money at the end of payday when you was living on your own, but at least you had your own. Now you living with her, and at the end of the day, now you got your sports car though, or you got that bike, or you got that luxury vehicle though, but at the end of the day, you ain't got no money. Money is an option, guys. Money is an option. And what happens is a lot of you guys give up your option when you get into a relationship with a woman because, listen, you're thinking that the relationship is going to work and all of that, right? I get it. So now a lot of you guys are in relationships or in bad relationships with women, not because, you're so emotionally attached to her, but because you're financially attached to her. Guys, do not give up your option in a relationship, and the option that I'm referring to is money. Money is an option, guys. This ain't about having multiple women, and so now, oh, she acting up, so I'm gonna go over there with her, or I got this one over here on the side, and I got. This is why, man. This is why you see a lot of men, for the most part, they're always in a relationship. If they're not with this one, they're with that one. If they're not with that one, they're with this one. Why? Because they're kind of like in a situation where they're dependent upon that woman helping in some way, shape, or form. It might not be about her giving him money, but it just might be like, yo, listen, I just need somewhere to rest my head. So now you got to put up with all of the things that's going to come along with that. All right, guys? Be very, very careful. You have to understand, guys, that money is an option. Stop giving up your option when you get into relationships. Do not get into a situation and then financially not be able to afford to walk away from that situation. A lot of y'all guys don't have women problems. You have money problems. Most of you guys do not have women problems. You have money problems. However, in some way, shape, or form, by you being with said woman, it helps you on the back end financially. Look, guys, I'm going to let y'all go. I know it's been a minute. I'm going to get back and try to be more consistent. I'm not going to try to be. I'm going to be more consistent, all right? I'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be good.